God, you guys. How are you guys? Um, so I'm gonna talk today. I've been having a super emotional day so far. And I guess like for me, November is it's kind of like the start of my cycle. I don't know how to describe it. It sounds really weird. It sounds like I'm talking about a period. But in terms of like in terms of astrology, I'm a Scorpio rising. So this time is kind of like the beginning of my cycle. And this morning I I was actually talking to Sam on the phone last night, and I made this picture where I compared myself to um I compared myself from June of 2022. I have like this kind of iconic picture I have of that time. I compared it to November of this year. And it was so like I didn't really feel the emotional impact until this morning. But I woke up and I looked at it and I was just like, holy shit. Like I I really have done this, like I've really come far. And I think it's because like a lot of times when you're on a weight loss journey, you can't like see it because it happens over such a long period of time. It happens over months and months and months. And even if I look at a picture of myself from 2 months ago, it doesn't seem like that big of a difference to me. It's just like, oh, whatever. But when I really think about it, it's like that isn't that long. That's a year and some change. I've come really far in a year. And I'm just trying to sort through that, I guess. Trying to take stock. And I feel like a lot of times, I don't know, like, a lot of this year I was so focused on just losing weight that I never really got to sit and actually reflect on how much I've lost or what has been done or what I've accomplished. And I think it's really important to do that every once in a while, especially now because I'm going into really this fall more of a maintenance phase. Um, it sounds kind of not bleak, but this time, like November, it's really just like the start of like the off season of weight loss. You don't really lose that much during this time for a lot of different factors, at least in the northern hemisphere. So I'm kind of at peace with that. But it's like now that I'm not constantly focused on losing weight, I can actually just see how much I've actually lost. And it's kind of like, wow. And I called this stream this title just because, like, this year, like, and I mean year from November to November, I have gone through every single barrier to weight loss I have ever had. Like, um, and not necessarily the physical barriers, like every single psychological barrier, every single thing I feared happening from losing weight or that I knew subconsciously would occur, I've faced it this year. And I feel like just now I've come out on the other side. And it's really incredible just because, like, I had identity shift, I had shift in reputation. When you're in the mid fat zone, a lot of guys don't find you very attractive. That's been happening to me. I'm starting to come out on the other side. And it's like a lot of things are starting to shift and it's starting to get better. I think at some point in July, that was like the lowest point on an emotional, psychological, and social level. And it's just like getting into November, it's like I'm out of that now. Like all these walls, like I've seen every single barrier to weight loss I've ever had. I need to do a video for my main channel. I need to just think of like a list of all the barriers I had to weight loss and just put them out there because I feel like there's certain things that people just don't understand. And it has a lot to do with psychosocial things, and it has a lot to do with internal things as well. So that it's very different than other issues just because it really affects how you're perceived, and it also affects how you feel. And I don't want people to feel like, "Oh my gosh, it's purely looks based," because I don't think it is. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Like, your looks are definitely a part of it, but it's kind of just like everything is a part of it. Everything is a part of it. So, that's kinda what I'm thinking about, and I'm trying to just celebrate of how far I've come. And it's hard because, like, I don't remember it sometimes, like, or I don't think about, like, how big I really was. But I remember at the time, I was very miserable, and I don't know. It's just kind of emotional because you don't think that like, a lot of times you really don't think it's possible to do it, and I just am like, "Wow," you know? It's incredible. Um, yeah, so that's kind of my emotional little tirade. Let me just see if anybody will come in. Um, I'm so glad, like, that I'm seeing people. I posted the picture on my main channel, and people are really looking at it and stuff, and I think it's really cool. So, yeah, it's such a weird thing. It really is. Um, it's funny, like I had all these feelings before I went live, and then now that I'm trying to talk about it, I can't. It's just funny to me, but that's how things are sometimes. But anyways, you guys. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I kind of have to take a little bit of I think I'm at that zone where I'm not going to be able to focus as much on weight loss just because it really is tough as far as the my appetite is way higher. Um I'm still going to count and stuff. Like I'm trying to figure out a different system for winter this year cuz I do have to do things a little differently, I think. But I think it's important just to take stock of how far I've come, and like I said, especially the psychosocial aspects, like, it was just so difficult this year, like, um, it really was, but it's just, like, psychosocial hormonal aspects, but it's like I'm through, like, I'm starting to come to the other side, and I feel like it's just I don't know, it makes me really happy, so it really does. It's, like, a very deeply satisfying thing. And I think it's important to really look at how far I've come and just see like the result of it because you don't always look at it. Like, and I usually try not to, just because it used to make me feel really uncomfortable when I'd see how much I'd lost, but I don't really care anymore. So I can look at it now. And it's just like, wow, you know? So I think especially seeing it side by side, it's like, okay, this is like real, you know? This is happening. Um, and it's starting to have some more impacts, like especially social impacts, I would say, which is really interesting. I've already had physical impacts, that's for sure. I don't want to give that impression. So when people tell me now, like I remember back when I was like in July, people would ask me like, "Oh my gosh, do you feel so much better?" And I'd say, "No, I don't." Now when people say it, I'm like, "Yeah, I do feel better now." Like I don't know what it was. It was sometime in I want to say sometime in September. It's like I reached a certain point where my knees didn't hurt as much and I was having like less strain from moving around and like it just changed. It's really weird. It's kind of like when you gain the weight, you just fall apart like overnight. It feels like it just seems like you're fine and then all of a sudden you're not fine at all. It's kind of the same way on the way back out. It's like I felt horrible in July and then in September it's just like, oh, I don't have the shortness of breath nearly as much as I used to. Like it's very rare. I don't have constant knee pain. There's a lot of times when I walk and I just feel okay. Like it's not like a big deal. Um, my sleep is better. It seems deeper. This type of stuff, it's like it's really a lot of those kind of things. And also like I don't have to have an enemy every 10 seconds. I think I've noticed the most this year, there's just been so many aspects about relationships and how I relate to other people that have changed and for the better. And I think that's honestly the biggest changes I've seen. Like, if I look at how I felt and acted a year ago versus today is like night and day. It's really hard to describe, but it's a really good thing. I think I cared a lot about my reputation and I have it back. It's been completely restored. That was actually one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to work on my reputation. And it's like, wow, I don't know. It's just really weird. I'm having one of those moments where I'm just like, I accomplished a lot of my goals this year. And it's like, this year has had such like a hopeless feeling that I wasn't feeling like it was going anywhere, you know? Like, I was feeling like I wasn't going anywhere, nothing was happening for pretty much the whole year, and then all of a sudden in November, it's like it just clicked, and it's, like, drastically better, and I see, like, all the stuff I've done, and it's so much better now than it was, and it's just like, I don't know. I think Hey, Caleb. I think it's like you just see it at once. I don't know. Did you see my picture, Caleb? I've kind of been trying to bloviate on the stream, but it's probably boring because I don't know what I'm even saying. But did you catch it on my main channel? Because that's kind of what I'm talking about. And I'm having like just like a reflecting on accomplishments type of moment, just because I feel like I don't really do that enough. Um, I think a lot of this year I didn't do that just because, like I said, the social or the psychosocial aspects of it would really freak me out. So I tried not to think about the fact that my body was changing. a lot this year, but now I feel like I can, and I can actually, like, enjoy it and just take in that gratification and appreciation, honestly, of it, especially since I'm going into, like, more of a maintenance zone, and that's where it's like, "Okay, have to go into more of a maintenance phase. This is not the time of the year anymore. It's weight loss season has concluded, and my appetite is through the roof and all this stuff." And I was just feeling kind of bad today. But I also was like, I shouldn't feel bad because I've done incredible things. Like, oh, yeah, no problem, Caleb. That's cool though. Let me actually make this chat bigger. Oh, man. So yeah, I do think I should make a video on like the barriers to weight loss I had, especially social, just because I think that's important. Like I feel like last year was all about dealing with physical barriers to weight loss. So like my metabolism being too slow, my um my body like not being able to handle weight loss. I feel like that was more so last year, but this year it's like all the psychosocial aspects and barriers and walls I had to weight loss that I had to just barrel through. And I think it's over. Like, I don't think I have anything else in my way. Obviously, right now, there is kind of the seasonal aspect, but that's still like, I don't know, like, that's going to end. Hi, bot. That will end at like by February or March. It's like that's very temporary. So I don't need to sit here and be like, "Oh my god, this is such a huge barrier." It's like, no, like I think my body needs a break. Um, and that's okay. Like my body has radically changed this year. And I need to be like, yeah, we've accomplished some really great things. When I sent Lisa the picture, she was so funny. She was like, I didn't know that bot, but I knew Annie's doesn't, but I have to get gluten free. But that's amazing bot. Um, but yeah, so I was just like, I don't know, like it's just one of those moments of true appreciation and gratitude that I'm having right now. Like I said, like to tears. I'm not gonna cry on here because I'm very introverted and crying in front of people is evil and we never do that. I have occasionally teared up on some of my health updates, but I don't want to do that on the stream and it's very different being live versus on a video. But it's just like yeah, like I have cried about it today just because I'm just like I am so just like grateful for how far I've come and the walls I crashed through, like it's done. I don't have any more psychosocial reasons, like, because I knew intuitively that when I was going to lose weight, there was going to be a time where I wasn't as attractive to guys. And I know that that's weird to say, but it happened this year, and that was really hard. Yes, I am, Goblin. That was really, really difficult for me. Like, and it's not like I had never been mid-fat like I had been in the past, and I wasn't attractive to guys back then either, but it's like when you kinda get it and then you lose it, it's really freaky, and I think that was another huge barrier to weight loss, like so I really do need to write down I'm gonna have to do a video on my main channel about the psychosocial like the social barriers to weight loss because I feel like I have talked a lot. Maybe I just need to make one about the barriers in general because there's physical barriers and then there's social barriers. And I'm realizing 2022 as I'm talking, I'm so glad I can do these streams. These streams help me so much because when I just talk, it helps me like organize my thoughts. I'm blaming my Mars and Gemini. I'm saying that just for Lisa because I know she'll watch it eventually and she'll love that I'm mentioning Gemini. But anyways, yeah, like last year, physical barriers, this year, social barriers, even spiritual barriers, but more psychosocial is what I would call it. So psychological, internal barriers, and then barriers with other people. And one of them was I subconsciously knew that I would go through a phase where I wasn't as attractive to guys. And that's a really hard thing to go through. I know it sounds dramatic, but it is, and unfortunately for me, I was dumped right around the time I was getting to this zone where I was unattractive. And so I've been like hellaciously and terminally single this year. Viciously single, that's how I would describe it. Vicious. Um, but I can see the ice is starting to melt and I am starting to get a bit more attention and things are starting to shift and it's not great. My options are shit. It's just like still a bunch of guys that are like, "Oh, I just want to hook up," or "I want a friends with benefits," or "I want to, whatever." But it's a lot less of like guys that are with someone, which is really scarring. That's like all I was getting like in June. And then by July, it was like radio silence. And that's really crazy when it's like nothing, zero. That was in like July and August. I got zero attention, like no messages ever, which is really scarring. And then now, like I said, it's kind of starting up again, but it's just like still pretty low quality guys, but it's still like, oh, like I'm breaking through to the other side. And that was a huge barrier. Like I know that that sounds stupid, but I do think for a lot of people, going through a phase where you're not as attractive, that's really hard. It's like a big ask, you know, especially if you don't have self esteem and stuff. Like, I did have self esteem and stuff to get me through, but a lot of people don't. So it's like, that's really hard because, like, let's say fat fab feminist as an example. If she were to lose weight, I don't know though, is she lesbian? I can't remember. Well, whatever. Let's assume someone like fat feminist is straight. I can't tell for sure right now. I'm confused. But if she was straight, or if she is straight, imagine her going through this mid fat phase. She would probably be less attractive to people. And that's a hard thing. And that's a huge barrier. And I think it's because like people tend to think that like it's very subconscious and it's like very psychological. So people don't think like it's like you don't think about it logically like that. You don't think I'm going into a phase where I'm going to be less attractive. That's not how you think about it. It's very feeling based and intuitive. You just notice you have less attention. You just notice that guys aren't as interested. And that's like scary. I don't know. It's like a rejection. You feel rejected. And I think that there is this impression, which I think I've fully shattered pretty much on my channel, that weight loss is a linear upward swing. It really isn't. There is a lot of sacrifice, especially from a big size. But the point is, I've made it to the other side. And now I'm actually starting to get benefit, even social benefit again. And it's like, okay, so that dead zone of mid, as I called it, being in the middle of mid fat, where you're just in no man's land. It's really freaky. And it's like, that is changing. Like, I'm being noticed again in public. And I'm being noticed again by guys. Like I said, not the highest quality, not this, not that, right? it's like, whatever. I'm not impressed at all with my options. I will just say I'm not. Um, the guys that are talking to me, they're so incredibly boring. I don't know. It's like mind numbing. I know that that's really bad to say, but I don't know. It's just bad. Like, I think there's a certain point when you're gay where you just reach a certain point where it's like you've had the same conversation at least 20 million times and it's so boring. And this one guy I was chatting with yesterday, he was just like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a friends with benefits." And I was like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "What are you looking for?" And I was like, "Honestly, like I'm more long-term relationship oriented, but I'm not really like expecting much just because I'm losing a massive amount of weight. And so I just don't really think anything's gonna happen." And he was just like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I kind of want one too, blah blah blah." And it's like these guys just start like they try to like just say things just to sleep with you. And I don't know, but they really think I'm dumb, you know? They really do. Like, honestly. But like I said, I'm glad I'm getting some attention again. It was worse when I wasn't at all. That's like a horrible feeling. Funky attention is still better than none. So, I'd rather have like great attention. I don't have that. I don't think I've reached a level where somebody's willing to be in a relationship with me, but I'm at least getting more attractive again. And so it's like I've come out on the other side. It's done. The lowest point is behind me. So that's really important. I love that, Caleb. Um, that's good. That's good that you have noise canceling headphones. That's amazing. You can hear me bloviate and bitch and cry and everything forever now with no interruptions or while you're gardening or whatever, or while you're doing whatever the hell you're doing. But anyways, so yeah, so I think that's kind of what I realized too is it's like it's different to go into these situations with guys not being in the hypo haze anymore because I can really see through it and I don't care. Like I'm not insecure. I don't I'm not desperate. I don't feel like, "Oh my gosh, I need this," or "Oh my gosh, really hope you like me," or like I don't feel that way at all. Um Like, seriously. When I talk to guys now, I am so much more secure than I was, and I think it's just because my hormones are better and I'm just not a nervous wreck all the time. But it's, like, literally, I'm so over, like, just bullshit. So, he's just like, "Yeah," he's like, "I just wanna have sex and whatever," and, he's like, "But I work a lot and I travel a lot." Because I was like, "Oh, like, are you working a lot? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what's the issue with having an LTR?" And he's like, "Yeah, I work a lot, blah, blah." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "And you're not out of the closet?" It's like, dude, this is like a faceless profile talking to me. For all I know, he could be fugly as fuck. Like, I know that's harsh, but I'm just keeping it 100. Like, I care about looks. I'm not gonna say I don't. I think it's dishonest to say you don't care, and I do care. So it's like, I don't even know if he's fugified. I have a feeling he's attractive though. Like sometimes you can kind of tell when you're chatting with the guy, you can kind of tell if he's attractive. And I felt like he was. But it was like, dude, and he's trying to say all the right things. He's trying to get me to have sex with him. And I'm not really going for it. And I'm just like, honestly, I, I'm like, so I basically broke down what he told me. And I was like, so you want a relationship with no effort and no expectation. And he was like, "Yeah, something like that." And I was like, "Well," I was like, "It's relatable." Like, it's a relatable desire. I have felt that way myself, and I could see that being a nice thing for me right now, but it's like, I'm not gonna do that just because it's delusional. It's very delusional. Okay. Okay, Caleb. It's very delulu. And so I was just like, whatever. And I just basically called him out. Like I said that flat out to him. I was like, so you want this? So you're basically saying you want an LTR, but with no commitment, no effort, and or I didn't say no effort. I said no commitment, no expectation. And he's just like, basically, yeah. And I was like, okay. Like, and he blocked me just because I said that. I don't know. I think it's really scarring for people to be like, "Oh my gosh, that's what I really want." And I think that is kind of a millennial thing where it's like they really want that. They want intimacy with someone, they want a relationship with somebody, they want all these different things, but it's like they don't care. I don't know. It's just really bad. So, that's my thoughts on that. High mountain. I feel like it would legitimately be difficult to be in a relationship during this phase. It takes a lot of focus and introspection that would be going towards a bonding period. I agree with that, mountain. I think it's also just like there's a feeling within some like a journey like this where it's like you just feel like you don't have any excess energy or any excess time, especially in this economy. It is just horrible. And I think I was talking to Sam about it last night, and I was like, because he was saying, "Oh, you might be having relationship issues based on the location." And I'm like, "I don't know about that." I was like, "I just feel like it has more to do with my current size and probably a sign of the times too. Like for some reason, dating has been really hard. Like I'm not the only person that's been going through this. Like for example, Eric is in Los Angeles area and he's struggling to find a boyfriend. It's like, and he's in shape and everything. I think some of it is just a sign of the times, which Sam was saying it's probably because the economy is so bad. People feel like they can't plan for a future, they can't plan for anything. And I totally agree. I think that that's also a huge part of it. But I think for me personally, I also think this summer, especially, I just went through a phase where I just really wasn't attractive to guys. I just wasn't. And I think it's like hard to say, even though I knew it. And it's hard for people to understand like you are more attractive at a bigger size than at a middle size. And I think that that's a huge reason why a lot of these fat activists do not lose weight because they don't want to go through that phase. It was horrible. It's a horrible phase. You don't know how long it's going to last. I had to be on it like military style with my weight loss during that time. But I knew that I just kind of had a feeling. I was like, if I just go far enough, I'll come out on the other side. And I did. The lowest point was July. It started getting better towards August, September. And then now in November, it's much better. Where I'm like, okay, no, I'm getting proximity, as the lefties would say, I'm getting proximity to small fat. um, that's fine, Lisa. I got you. Um, Not giving out the free counseling session on the app. Oh gosh. I know, for real. Seriously. When to me it's like he's just like, yeah, he's like, I'm just not out of the closet yet, blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, dude, like you're 33. Like, I don't know, dude. Like I didn't say that to him, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, mm, you know. It's like I get it, like we're in Alabama, whatever, but it's like if you're that much of a hoe, like, you should just be out at this point. Like, I know that that's harsh, but I'm just keeping it 100. And I think if you're fugly, I don't wanna talk to you anyways, so I need to see if you're fugified. So I do need to see a picture, like, I'm not gonna feel a connection with a faceless profile, like, I'm just not. I don't care. I don't have anything. I don't have any feelings towards you, and I think there is this strange thing within the gay world, and maybe it is hypolicious. I don't know, like I said, I do feel like hypo and gay, there's, like, a huge overlap. I think just because a lot of gay guys, they're, like, always on a diet, that's probably bad for their thyroid, or they're, like, fat, you know? There's, like, no in between. So I think it's just really, or they're, like, eating a bunch of soy and, I don't know. I'm sorry. I know that I'm kinda throwing shade on, like, my own, but I'm just saying, I see it a lot. Like, you see the Soylent. I see it. You see the trips to Whole Foods. You see that, "Oh, I don't drink dairy. I drink soy milk, or I drink almond milk." It's like, okay, you know? Yeah, I mean, I could see that mountain for sure. I do feel like in Alabama, in this economy, I'd be tempted to keep a lower profile just to prevent a glass ceiling in career. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a traditional job in Alabama, so I don't really in Alabama, so I don't really know how it would be. But I think, I had traditional corporate jobs in California and in Texas, and I feel like that's a pretty good range, and it wasn't bad. Corporate is very woke, I think pretty much anywhere you are. So I don't think gay would actually harm, even in Alabama, unless if he's working at a church or something. I don't think it would be that much of an issue. Plus, he traveled for work. So it's like, I don't think he's always here. And so I don't know. I just feel like a lot of guys like that, they just like, they see that I'm fat, they think I'm dumb, and they think I'll go for, like, somebody who wants to just screw me when he's in town and then screw everyone else everywhere else, and I'm just like, "Dude, I'm not into that." And it's just so obviously lying, and again, I think because 'cause I'm not in the hypo haze, I can see through it really well. I love that goblin. I do too. I do too. I think more than anything, though, I regret the PUFA. I regret the chips. I you know, as Taylor would say, I the chips gave me so many signs, like, they gave there were so many signs that they were bad for me, but I didn't care, and that's what I regret more than anything, but I do regret my almond milk paleo days too. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. Let me see. Sometimes I feel like a relationship would just add unnecessary emotional baggage. You mean to this moment, Caleb, or what do you mean in general? I have to pee. So Lisa's gonna have a little bit of time to catch up. But let me know what you meant. I'll come back. Just shout out chats. I'll read them right when I get back. I have to pee. Okay. Gosh, that freaking like bodily functions. Ugh, so annoying. I'm just kidding. Um, what did you say about I'm at the part where you're talking about weight loss season being over. I think you'll still lose weight. It's just going to be slow and you'll build muscle. So you may not lose weight, but only fat. That's possibly true. I am going to hold on to the gym this year. I'm pretty committed. I think I'm going to be fine for the gym. I can get raw milk from a farm now, and it's so good. FU almond milk, period. Period. I'm jealous. I know there's probably a farm around, but I'm too introverted to function, and I just don't know. Like, but luckily I have an extroverted mother, so maybe I can just tell her, like, "Can you find some raw milk?" But they're probably out of season now too, because most of the farms and stuff, they shut down in November. So it's kinda too late, but whatever. Period. We're talking about actual almond milk. Caleb, the boring kind. I'm glad you didn't fall for this guy, though. Sounds like a real D-bag. Oh, yeah, totally. Caleb, to my knowledge, oh my god. So scarring. I did not just almost read that out loud. Congratulations on the wireless. A good match is amazing. I even now have an inexpensive bone conduction type. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Super fancy. Okay. So Caleb didn't say what he meant about a relationship being baggage. But I would just say, like, I don't think relationships are always baggage. I think it's just like, I don't know. It sucks to say, but it's like I'm just not at the level where I can be in a relationship. Like, guys don't take me seriously. I'm not seen as an option. And I think as soon as I am, then I will be again, you know? It's like, as soon as you get to a certain point, then you will be in a relationship again. Like, that's kind of how I feel. Um, but at least I have attention now, and I have D bags and stuff and dumb people trying to get at me and lie and say a bunch of BS. So at least there's that. Like, that truly is better than nothing. It really is. It really is. Like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, I don't see myself as narcissistic at all. But the only way that I am slightly narc is that, like, I am like that Charlie Puth song where he says, "You just want attention." Like, I don't find Charlie Puth attractive, but he is the kind of guy that I would like to have his attention and nothing else. So, just saying. I am kind of a toxic queen in that sense, but I order and pick it up with no human contact. It's introvert friendly. Well, lucky you. Gosh, I feel like here in Alabama, I'd have to be like, howdy. Oh my gosh. Hey, blah, blah, blah. It's so amazing. I know. Oh my gosh. Yes, this economy sucks. Oh my God. How are we even alive? I don't know. Period. Like, and it's not even like I would totally disagree with them on stuff. Like, I wouldn't, but it's like, I don't want to do all that, you know? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. It feels like a huge commitment. It just really does. And it's like, I am so introverted that that conversation would just be like death to me. It would feel like I was dying. I don't know, Caleb. They're both not, to be honest. I think the only place that was introverted friendly was El Paso, but that is hell on earth. So we don't discuss El Paso. We just try to pretend I never lived there. And we delete that part of my life, but I would say that place was introvert friendly because everybody hated everybody and nobody trusted anyone. It was a really great place to be for Cove. Jeez, it was crazy. There was so much disease there too. It's a very dirty place. I hated it. I hated El Paso. It's honestly probably one of the worst places to live in the country. It was horrible. I think it does rank as like one of the worst places in all of America um to live. It was horrible. Ah. It's way too cold there. It's death. Okay? Death. Anything above Tennessee and you're in freezing death territory in my opinion. Especially like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. I wonder how Kentucky is, but oh gosh. I'd say anything above Tennessee and you're in freezing death. That's just like tundra. Like even like Ohio, it's like a hellscape. Um, I don't know. Oh, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing drugs. Lisa's creating speculation in the chat. Here, the most you have to do is say hi and thank you. We don't randomly speak to people like I know it's a lot. It is very extrovert focused in America. Like it really is. And that's not a bad thing. It's just like it can be a lot. So like I said, it can be like, oh gosh, like when I get to death zone of like thinking of buying raw milk from somebody, it's just like, oh my God, like the amount of death that comes from having to have a conversation with somebody is just, I don't know. It's an impossible barrier. But at the same time, like, you know, I just want attention, you know? So it's a weird thing. Being introverted is weird. And you just have to accept that. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And um the point is I'm getting to the other side. I don't have any hangups about like I almost said about being gay. That's really gay to say. That's so stupid. I don't have any hangups about losing weight anymore. Um, I don't care if I look thinner. It doesn't bother me anymore. Like I feel like I've come past all those things where I'm like, period facts, like it's fine. So I think it's just like, okay, like just getting through this winter. And I think in the spring and stuff, it should be a lot easier to lose weight. And I think it'll be, or at least like a lot easier in general. And I don't think I'll have any of these other barriers. Now, what I do think will happen, so we're going to get into our Bruja mode, which is evil to do in Alabama, but I'm going to make some predictions. What I do think will happen next year is I think I will get to a certain point of weight loss where I may start to get hate because as far as like online, I've lost weight, but it's not threatening. Like if an FA were to see how much weight I lost, they're not threatened right now because I'm still quite fat. If I start to bridge that gap between smo and thin, that's when people will get really angry. And so I do think I'll probably get more hate. So I'm making the prediction now. The haterade will probably be flowing around next summer. I think I'm pretty safe until late spring, till Jupiter's in Gemini. But I think the haterade will be flowing very strong with Jupiter and Gemini. Very, very, very strong. And I could see FAs trying to come after me at that time. So that's what I do think will happen. And I think they're also like, I'll probably just get a lot more attention, good and bad. Because when you start to break through different levels, like especially if I really break into small fat, which I'm teetering on the edge of now. Like right now, I have proximity to small fat, which means you can be more noticed and more attractive and more of these things than being mid. But it's like when you go beyond small fat, you start getting to mid size and stuff. I think that's when the haterade really will come out. That's probably at this rate, it will probably be in about a year that I might be, probably be in about a year that I might be getting towards mid-sized sedan territory, which I am going to call myself a mid-sized sedan because somebody in my comments said that because we were talking about mid-size on my channel. in one of the videos, and they said, every time I hear midsize, I just think of a midsize sedan. And now that they commented that, that's all I can think about. And so I will call myself a midsize sedan. However, do keep in mind, a midsize sedan is not fat. That means you are not fat anymore. That's amazing. So, and that's when I think the haterade will flow. Has anyone said bless your heart to you? I don't think so. Maybe like once or twice. The introvert struggle is wanting attention only on your terms. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it does not go well with hypohaze. Introvert plus hypohaze is really disgusting. It's like a horrible combination just because like you get desperate for attention sometimes, and then you're like really wanting approval, and you're really wanting like, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose this guy. Like, oh my God, I really hope I can get him to like me. And you just like feel like that. And it's like, no, like as an introvert, you shouldn't care. Like, that's actually what makes you more attractive, is that you don't give a fuck. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like I can remember that now because I'm not hypo anymore, or as hypo. So it's like I don't sit there and do that, and I just don't care anymore. And then they're like, oh, and then guys will actually find you more attractive just because like they have to put in the effort. And it's like that's who I really am. Like I'm not a pursuer. Like I'm really not. It wasn't natural for me to pursue, and it was uncomfortable for me. But at the same time, I'm like, if you're just flat out lying to me, I am going to call you out. So it's just fucking stupid. Um, but like I said, I don't know. I think people forget, like, especially in the gay world or dating world or whatever, I think people forget, like, let's say you're introverted and you're attracted to extroverts like me. Extroverts like a challenge. They don't like things to be that easy. And everybody always like fawns all over extroverted guys, like in the gay world. And they're just like, oh my gosh, you're just so amazing. And I think a lot of times they don't like that because they get that all the time. Like I still will say some things sometimes to some people, but it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I feel like I am saying something, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. I have a really bad wedgie, by the way. So that's very humbling when you have a horrifying wedgie. That's a very humbling experience. But I don't know. I'd say like the biggest thing with the weight loss is it happens so slow that you don't really realize it. And so you don't feel that different. And that's like comfort. That should be comforting to some people. And it can also be like, I guess, sad to some people to hear. But yeah, like I hope I've said the benefits and stuff. Because I like feeling secure talking to guys. Like I never thought I would be that way. I always thought I would just be weird and desperate and like, oh, I hope I don't lose him. Oh gosh, I hope I don't say the wrong thing. Like, gosh, I could give two shits now. It's like, I don't know. I think a lot of times in the gay world, guys, like, they really idealize guys. And it's like, this guy is just a basic fucking whore. Like, just stop. You know, it's like, don't trip. Don't trip. I feel like I'm talking to like middle schoolers right now. Like, I feel like you guys are like my middle school students. I feel like I'm telling you to like just imagine everybody's in their underwear when you're on making a speech. But it's kind of true. Like, but it's not like you have to imagine that. It's just like, I don't know. Like, people are people, you know? People are people. You're just like a basic bitch. Like, there's a lot of people that are just basic bitches, you know? Like there are some guys that I would trip over. Absolutely. And I get it. Like if you're super into somebody and they're messaging you or they're saying something or whatever, I totally understand tripping. But it's like most of the time, you know. I think too, like I can't be that interested in somebody if I don't know them at all. or like know of them or anything. It's like, I don't know. I'm just like, yo, you know, people are weird. Anyways, I don't know what I'm saying. So I feel like I got on this stream like I was trying to really say something and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. So, anyways, just think about your accomplishments sometimes, period. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. It's horrible, Caleb. Don't act like do not act like you don't know how horrible it is. Do not act like you have not seen some of the profiles I've seen. Because you have. I have a horrible wedgie. I really need to get up. Hold on. This is horrible. Oh my God. I feel like I was going to die. Okay. Gosh. It's like, really? Really, parents? Jeez. Goodness gracious. Well, how was it for you, Caleb? How's your dating life going? Enough about mine. Let's talk about Caleb's. How is your dating life going? What kind of guys hit you up? What do they say? Oh my God. Shut up, Caleb. What do they say to you? What do you get? What do you get? Tell me, Caleb. What kind of lies do they tell you? Oh my gosh. Lisa, you're trying to be bougie. Lisa's like, I have privilege. Oh my gosh. This scarf is really pretty. This is going to be mine. I already weaved in the other end. I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to weave it in. At all? Are you serious? They're really bad, Caleb. Maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. They are horrible. I used to be treated so bad on the apps. And then everything that was done to me, I now have done to other guys. It's like the cycle of gay. It's the circle of gay. I remember in one of my books, I have this story where I wrote, I've been ghosted so many times. I don't even know if I'm alive anymore. And at this point, I've ghosted so many guys. It's just a cycle. And I think about what I used to think when I was young. And I think about how I am now. And I'm just like, they were all just like me, cynical queens or whatever. So, love that. Love that. I love that I completely perpetuated the cycle of gay. And that I'm no better. And that's what I have to say. So, the apps, it's a lot of ghosting. It's a lot of talking about buttholes. It's a lot of guys saying really weird sexual things to you. It's a lot of guys making demands, guys being very entitled. It's a lot of like, I should be able to just do whatever I want with you immediately. It's a lot of I never have to take you on a date or do any effort whatsoever. And I think if you get to a certain level of attractiveness, then you start getting date offers and stuff. But it's still like then you go on the date and then the guys are dumb on the date or they have nothing to say or they say really stupid stuff that makes you like scarred for life and then you just never want to see them again. So that's the apps. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. So old school offline dating. Yeah, totally. I think it can just be hard sometimes to meet people organically like that. But I feel that. I do. I mean, I'm still trying. apps and stuff just because, like, I don't know. I guess I might as well, kind of thing. But I would still consider myself violently single. Violently single. And I'm getting another wedgie. Gosh, these shorts are trying to violate me. The Prince Charming or Knight in Shining Armor Mirage being activated can throw a person into illogical behavior. Yeah, that's true. It's true, but oh my god, I have to get up again. I'm not doing a wedgie thing on camera. I'm not doing it. Oh my god, what is up with these shorts? Jeez, I don't know if I can wear these on a stream. Shit. This is just wild. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I'm doing knitting, so I knit. Um, what are your experiences dating Mountain? I need tea. I gave you guys tea, and then you need to give it in return. I'm entitled to tea. I'm trying to get out of this country. So, oh yeah, I totally get you there, Caleb. I'm not even gonna lie. Totally get it. It's just not what you're looking for. Or like not what you're focused on. I think for me, I have the privilege of being bored, which I do see it as a privilege. Like, I'm not just saying that. It is actually a privilege to be bored. It means I'm not dying physically. It means I'm not almost on the street. Like last year, girl, I almost was evicted in May of last year. It was really scarring. We got really close. I was dying physically. It was horrible. And this year, it's just like that meh vibe of like nothing. So I worked hard to be this bored, but I will just say the boredom is why I'm on the apps. Period. Because at least now I can go on there and then I can complain about how dumb the guys are. So that helps me. I get deferred from, what does that mean? Caleb, come to the United Communist State of New York. Oh my God, Sam. Ugh. Yikes. I'm getting used to these new long nails. Okay. Some saucy nails. I don't know. I'm just so like, I don't know. Let me check my phone. Let me see if I've gotten anything. Let's see. No, it wasn't anything that great. It's just my favorite ASMR artist he just posted. But it's like a short, so I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored, Dr. Is. Come up with something better. Thanks. I would say for him to break up with his boyfriend. I'm bored, but he doesn't have a boyfriend because he already broke up with him. So, no dating tea for me. Boring. Mountain. No. No. You guys need to bring the tea. Like, no, this isn't it. I got deferred from Ernest Hilo. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, you guys have to bring the tea. That's not tea you bought. No. No, we need dating tea. I can't be the only one trying. I can't. I'm not even trying that hard. Oh gosh. You know what I'm sad about is that like it seems like Gen Z doesn't it's like there's no extroverted Gen Zs like online or anything. It's just like nobody. I don't know. I feel like every Gen Z YouTuber is just like commentary. They're always just like talking about millennial YouTubers from like 10 years ago. And that's all they talk about is like commentary. Like I tried to watch this one Gen Z YouTuber and he was so boring. I just about died. And Gen Z has this weird standard where it's like, if you're in shape, that's all you need to have a following. And like, they will follow you just if you're in shape, and that's it. And it's like, okay, like this one guy, I swear I should like react to this video he did. It was so boring. I just like, it was like about being Gen Z. Oh my God, Goblin. Sorry. Sorry. Damn it, I'm too reactive. Oh my God, I'm so reactive. Okay, hold on. I need to like, this is why it's bad for me to be lying. Oh gosh, that just made me react. Goblin got a reaction out of me. I feel like I need to get control of myself now. Okay. What did Bot say that's traumatizing? I went on one date in my life and the guy, ew, that's horrible. That's disgusting, Bot. That's disgusting. I heard that Zena LeVay, aka Taylor Swift, is dating some football player. Oh my God, her dating tea is so boring. I hate him. I'm just gonna say it. I need to like make a video, but I feel like if I did that, I would get so much hate. I do not like Travis at all. I think Travis is the most boring, corny, cheesy, like horrible. Hate him. Like I actually do not like him at all. I don't hate him. Hate is too strong. But it's like I really don't like him. And like I saw this video of him dancing on the football field and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, like he's so corny." Ugh. No, Caleb. Caleb, you need to get on an app and talk about that with them. No, she doesn't like him. She's lying. Taylor likes interesting guys. He's boring. She's doing it for everyone else. I'm not even lying. That's my honest opinion. Vivek was pretty spicy yesterday. Yes, but Vivek, I don't think is dating anybody. I'm just kidding. I need dating tea. Unless if he was trying to date Nikki Haley on stage, then no, I'm just kidding. Oh God, that would be horrifying. No, she's doing it because he knows how to do the oh my God. Oh gosh. Like objectively, Travis is very attractive, but it's like for me, his personality is so cringeworthy and like just so disgusting that it's like I just lose all attraction the second he talks, moves, speaks, anything. It's like if he could just be a static image, then I'd be like, okay, I could get down with this. But the second he has any form of his personality at all to shine through, I am so turned off by him. It's just disgusting to me. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but I think it's just because he's so he's so boring and cheesy at the same time. It's just like not at all like ugh. Blech. Alex needs to wear socks at all times. Oh my God. Jeez. We don't need to talk about anything like that, Caleb. This is like an appropriate stream, okay? This is something that Taylor Swift's management would support, okay? So we only talk about family-friendly content. If it's not something that Tim Pool or Taylor Swift would talk about, then we don't talk about it. Okay? That's how this works. We're going to get monetized on this channel and it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to make so much money talking about nothing. That's what we're going to do. I'm just kidding. I feel like that's what it takes. I'm telling you. Gen Z, man. Gen Z has the lowest bar of influencer. Like at least my generation, back in the day, you had to be funny. You had to have talent and you had to look good on top of it. Nowadays, it's like if a guy has like barely an outline of abs, all he has to do is make a video shirtless, saying nothing. Like, I really need to react to that video. It was horrible. It was like one of the most boring, horrible videos I've ever seen. And it has like so many views. I think it had like 50K views or something. And he was just like, it was like a video about him saying, I'm Gen Z and it's horrible because I never had to struggle for anything. And that's basically all he said the whole time. I know everyone wants Goblin's tea. If you're okay with like a reaction, then definitely spend the tea, Goblin. Because I cannot promise I will hold back because I won't. But it's okay. I don't judge. I won't judge you. Not really. Just in the moment. You'll just get my raw reaction and then I'll be fine after. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. We'll be okay. We'll be right. That's the Aussies would say. We'll be right. She'll be right. Okay? Gosh, I'm getting good at this. I love how easy this scarf is. I love that I can just like use frenetic psycho energy into this scarf and all my unhinged swiftiness. Like I messaged Sam today and I told him I had like 5 million lyrics of Taylor all in my head from like 5 different songs, 5 different albums, like, and they were like swirling around and it was like all her toxicity was seeping through my skin. And that's how I woke up this morning. And I wanted to be like Taylor Swift and I wanted to just brag about how much weight I lost. But I can't because I don't know. It's just not the time to brag. It just isn't. So then I had to like be like, no, don't be like Taylor. We're waiting on Goblin's tea, but Goblin's like, no. Goblin feels judged. Goblin is like, this is not a safe space in this chat, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a reactor. I'm reactive. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't. I need to just like, I need to tell Eric to go on like 5 dates this week. I need tea. I need tea. Like, I'm getting desperate. I really am. I'm going to message Eric right now. I'm going to tell him he needs to go on 5 dates this week. I'm going to say, you need to go on 5 dates this week so we can talk about it on Tuesday. That's what I'm telling him, and we'll see if he says anything. Oh my God, Caleb. Go on the apps, Caleb. Go on the apps. Oh my God. Caleb needs to get to the apps immediately. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Get on the apps. I need to be sponsored by a dating app. What do you guys think I could be sponsored by? Because I'm such a great seller for it, you know? Go on Tinder where you will not like anybody or find anybody attractive, and the very few times you do, they won't like you back, and then the even fewer times when they do like you back, they'll never talk to you. That's Tinder. You're not giving me tea, Caleb. You're just asking random questions. You're not saying, once upon a time, I dated a guy and he was fugly to me. You're not saying that. You're just asking questions. That's not tea. I need to make sure I have this live chat on instead of top chat. No, I'm getting triggered now. I'm just kidding. I love that Goblin said polyamorous in quotes. That's the funny thing to me. Oh gosh, my freaking dating journey is so fugly. That's what I would call it. If I had an MTV show, that's what it would be called. It'd be called My Dating Story is So Fugly. But anyways, you guys, I don't think I have any more tea. I didn't get any more messages on my app or anything. It all dried up. It blew out, dried up. I'm getting really bored again. I don't know what to do. Do you guys have any advice, like when you start getting desperately bored? Because there are times when I feel this bored, that's when I get driven to use Schmorn again. And I don't want to use Schmorn because I'm over it. But I'm so bored that I think I could scream. So what do you do when you're bored and your brain is like dying for dopamine in some way, shape, or form? What do you guys do? What do you do? What do you guys do when you're bored? What's your advice? You need to fight the patriarchy. Fighting the patriarchy is I don't know. It's just like it's a consistent, long-lasting part of my life. It's like it's not exciting anymore. Like I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it for such a long time. What do you do when the patriarchy is gone already? It's gone. I don't know. I mean, I can sit here like this is where I feel like I could sit on Twitter and just like refresh like 20 million times and it'll still be boring. I turned off notifications on Twitter because they try to send me tweets and they're so boring. They sent me a video of John Doyle and it's like, I don't want a video of John Doyle. They send me just like, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm so over Twitter. Like, I hate Twitter. I'm sorry, I do. Oh gosh, there's nothing in these notifications like that I'm interested in. Oh my god, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm not doing yoga. It's evil. I'm not doing it. The most interesting thing about the apps I found was that when I moved to a new place, there was always this period of extreme intention just for being new. It's the Bella Swan effect. That's what I'm calling it. The Bella Swan effect. I don't know. I'm just like, I get it that I'm like underwhelming, but do y'all have to be underwhelming too? That not like you in the chat. I'm just saying on the apps. I'm like, why are you guys all underwhelming as well? You know? I'm starting to feel that feeling. Like there was this feeling where you start to feel like Rapunzel. And it's like I'm so bored, I start feeling that way. Last night I watched a PBS show. Oh my gosh, about the author of Wizard of Oz. Oh my god, Mountain. That's what you did to not be bored? A PBS show? I loved it. It of course goes into the meaning behind the good witch and the bad witch. Okay. I need something new. I want something new and exciting in life. I am not gonna start an OF. Oh my god, Caleb. Caleb is on one. My OF, first of all, let's keep it 100. I don't think my OF would make anything. It would be like total waste of time. And it would be scarring. And I'd be once a warrior, nothing more. I'm not doing it. Jeez. Those words of Haley Williams stayed with me forever. I should like put that on my freaking profile. I should put once a whore, nothing more, and see what anybody says. I could start trolling people on there. Oh my God. What is my mother doing? Top 27% of creators only have 20 subscribers. Oh my God. I've usually been too busy with work chores and my kid to be bored, but I enjoy watching her be happy. Oh yeah, that's nice. Mike Pence? Why? Oh my gosh. I tried to talk to Sam last night, but he was watching the Republican debate. That is boring. I was like, I can't. I think I caught like the very end of the Timcast thing, and it was like, I don't know, like, how could it be any different than the first one, you know? Like, I think I watched the first one, and like, it just seemed like it was all about Chris Christie, and it was just horrible. It was horrible. It really was. Like, it was so bad. Oh my gosh, hold on. Why is my mother bothering me? Hold on. My mom wants your opinion. You have to come on camera. So she's trying to see what color this is. I told her it looks black, but this light is warm. I feel like you just went Evanescence. She just dyed her hair. I think you're Evanescence now. You're Amy Lee. But it's nice. My mom has. Okay, so Bot says it looks dark brown.
That's what I wanted.
Okay. I think to me, it's pretty dark compared. It had blue in it. And I feel like it would have been hilarious if my mom would have had blue lesbian hair.
See everyone saying dark brown. Thank you.
I think it looks flat. Anyway. My mom is Amy Lee now. Just kidding. I'm just teasing her. I think it looks fine. My mom should go darker with her hair anyways. She's always trying to do like, I don't know. My mom doesn't accept that she's a winter. So, but anyways, gosh. But yeah, when she put the dye on this morning, it looked blue on her hair. And I was like, what if it's blue? Like, what if it glitched? What if it glitched and like the dye was wrong on the box and it was just blue? Oh my God. Caleb is toxic. I'm realizing like more and more how toxic Caleb is. Caleb just wants tea and drama and hate. Oh, by the way, Caleb, thank you for the video suggestion. Thank you for like keeping my main channel afloat. Like, can we just get a round of applause for Caleb? Because I am like pretty stale for ideas. I am not even gonna lie. Plus, it's like fugly holiday season, and I feel like everybody just wants to be a fat hog every day now. So I'm like, I don't know what to talk about. I could troll, like, I could just make a mukbang and be like, I could do a mukbang and be like, I I decided I'm just gonna eat like a fat hog forever now, and then just do like a huge mukbang and see what people say. But I'm like, I don't want to troll. I don't. But I think I trolled a lot in the past because I was bored. Goblin, you didn't spill tea. You didn't tell the Polly tea. We're upset with you now. No, I'm just kidding. I battle my fat hog tendencies daily. Yeah, I am now. I feel like in November, the hog really came out. And I'm just like, oh no problem, Goblin. I'm just really like, my appetite is so much more. It's like, I don't know. I don't know, you guys. But yeah, I should probably react. Oh my God, there's like this horrible thing I can react to. Oh my God. I do have some reactions I could do on this channel. But why am I getting ideas for this channel and not my other one? Like, I need ideas for my other one. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, to a certain extent, I feel like the fat acceptance thing is starting to die a little bit, which is good. So I don't know what to do. I don't know. I mean, I could just try to talk about something new, but you have to do a healthy baking stream and be your any Betty Crocker. Oh my God. I mean, I could. Oh, I do need to look at her, Caleb. I do. Oh my God. Let me see. It boils down to I'm Polly equals I wasn't popular in high school and now I'm proving that I can get laid. I love it. One semester I was dating 3 people at once. Honestly, it was horrible. I was so sleep deprived. Okay, that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if like poly and introvert really mixes very well at all. I think it would be exhausting. Like honestly exhausting. Um he calls women fat sluts. Who does? Who does? And we would all we would do is just complain about our other part or just complain about other partners. Oh yeah. I think the fat activists realized they weren't carving out their niche in the grievous flag. Let's stick to disappointing one person at a time. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that. And it's like, I don't know. Sloot. I don't know. I think I just need to Jesse Lee Peterson. I don't even know who that is. Oh my God. Why am I out of touch? I'm like irrelevant now. I think it's happening to me, you guys. I'm in my 30s and I've just lost touch with everything. I don't even know. Jesse? Who is that? Oh no. If Sam likes him, he must be really bad. Um Oh, okay, I know who he is. I've seen him. Okay. I just had a vision. Okay. Oh my God. He's a trip. Oh my God. Caleb. I need more fat stuff, Caleb. That's what I need. I need fatness. I need fatties. It's cuffing season, okay? It's cuffing season. I need the fatties. I need to do research. I'm just like who does research, you know? It's so boring. I do have a plan for like my main channel for January, and I guess I could start on that, but that's like delayed gratification. It's like, ew, who wants that, you know? Ugh. I don't know, you guys. I feel like YouTube and like society, everyone's too scared to do anything and be offensive. And so like everybody's so boring that nothing ever happens anymore. And everybody's just like boring as hell. Like I actually did watch Shane Dawson and it was actually decent. I'm like, you know, he may be toxic, but his conspiracy videos are entertaining. I really feel pressure to keep the content coming. You do. I'm putting pressure now. Before I was like, it's fine, don't worry. Now I'm like, no. No. I'm just kidding. Well, but if you see anything fatness, you need to send it my way immediately. I'm getting desperate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that desperate, but I'm just being extra right now. Oh, you did? You did comment? I got rid of it. I was embarrassed. I was like, oh gosh, my writing is so embarrassing. So I actually got rid of it. Oh God. Ew. Jeffree Star. Ew. Oh God. Oh yeah, the eating thing. I know. Well, the thing is, that story was based on real life, but it was like a real life kind of experience that we don't need to talk about because nothing like that would ever happen to me. Obviously, it was a little embellished, but fair enough, Goblin. I feel insatiable. This isn't good. It's not good to feel insatiable. That's when I get scary. That's when bad things happen. Get really rich, write 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Gay? Ew. I mean, I could, but I hate writing. That's the thing. I hated it. Jeffree got canceled because he didn't denounce Shane like everyone else did. Oh my gosh. I once ate 6 candy bars in one day and it was like, teehee, I'm so quirky. Where's your fat acceptance TikTok page? I need to watch it. Then I can react to it. I need a reaction. I just need to feel something. Oh my God. I did see that Obese to Beast low key made a video slightly calling out, I think like Jamie French or something like that. And I almost made a video on it, but it's like such a reach for drama. And it was so low key that I'm just like, this is so bad. Like, I can't even do this. But I did find it kind of interesting. I feel like I observe the big anti fat people. Why don't you like him? I'm interested. I can see that. I think like he's gotten a little bit better. Like around 2020, he was really bad. I feel like he's starting to be a little bit better, but I don't know. It seems like everybody is fake now. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish I could like just do like a Trisha Paytas crying on the kitchen video and get like 1 million views. And I just wish I could do that, and I can't. It's just like not the vibe anymore. It just isn't. The creative director for the channel. I would appreciate it, Caleb. I have no idea that Jamie French was Jehovah's Witness. Am I talking about the right person? Hold on. I feel like I'm like, I couldn't have just thought of that name. Like, there's no way. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I got it right. Okay. I'm like, please tell me I said the name right. I did. I didn't know either. I've considered starting an FA reaction channel, but I'm like, I can't get canceled. I'm too poor for that. Oh my God. Is it really something you get canceled over? I don't know. I mean, I guess Fat Sophic Bro tried. I don't know though. I've been canceled so many times. Like, and I'm not even famous and I've been canceled. Like, that's like an accomplishment. Like, I am so irrelevant and I've been canceled twice. Or like, I wasn't really canceled last year, but I had a horrible reputation, like really bad. Really horrible reputation a year ago. And I was hated. I was so hated. Like, I would just get comments hating me all the time. Like, everybody speculated. They said horrible things about me. It's great. I'm just kidding. But it's like, I don't know. I'm so impervious to that now. I just like, I don't know. That's true. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think will happen next year. Um, I think it will happen Jupiter and Gemini time. I think that's when it will start happening. Fat Sophic Bro blocked me when I mentioned Taylor's lyrics. Don't mention Fat Sophic Bro. I hear if you say their name 3 times, they'll show up. No, I'm just kidding. Ew, Eric. Yeah, I think he is. Or they. Oops. I think they are one of the worst. Saying their pronoun, their PCOS makes it impossible to lose. I have PCOS. I know. Well, it's not impossible. I think it's just difficult. And it's like hypo makes it difficult, but you have to like work with it. And I don't think there's enough solutions for PCOS or like it seems like there isn't that much research going into it. Like it's just not important or something. It's weird. I think it should be looked into more. Gosh, I don't know, you guys. You have a huge appetite, right? What should I do? What should be my next viral video? I'm just kidding. Why am I acting like this? I'm crazy. Oh gosh, this is what I'm saying. Like this month is really hard for self-sabotage because it's like you only have 2 options. You have boredom and you have toxicity, and that's like the only 2 options. And like telling me to not choose boredom or telling me to not choose toxicity when my only other option is boredom is like it's so hard. And I feel like I've like this whole month, I just feel like I've been dancing with the devil like every single day. And I've just been like, I could do this. I could really fuck this shit up. I could really do. And I'm just like, no, 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 Hypo Alex, no. Hypo Alex is done. We're done. I'm telling me, I don't need to create chaos. I just don't. Like it's self-sabotagey. It's not good. But I need to like just do good work, I guess. But I don't know. I might need to just do something. But I'm trying to figure it out. I'm sure there's some FAs to react to. Oh my gosh. get 66. You could stream yourself. What? What is that? Those videos you did in the witch hat were so hilarious. Oh my gosh, I know. I was like really toxic at that time. And the thing is, it's not that like I can never be like that again or like it's just like it's just not the right paradigm. It's not the right time. Like I have to develop more of my peaceful side during this time. I have to be humble. I have to do all this stuff because like the global paradigm doesn't support like being braggadocious and all that stuff until like 2026. That's a long time. But I really have to wait at least until 2025. So it's like I have to be positive, and it's like, ugh, who wants to be positive? Oh my God, Caleb. Oh, now you make me feel bad, Caleb. Caleb, that comment just broke my heart. Oh my God. I love that you got nails, Shannon. I also love that the heart blocks my chat too. That heart though. Okay. So, what's my plan? My plan is do something to not be as bored. If I can just think of something. Just think of something. I don't know. Oh my God, Lisa. I don't know if I'm going to be alive that much longer. I think I'm going to go a full 2 hours today, though. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it today. My fingers are not used to these nails. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Maturity, grumble. Ugh, I know. It's horrible. It really is horrible. It's really boring. But it's like, I don't know. I think it's just time. Like, and again, I know I don't have to be boring and blah, 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 but it's just like, sometimes weight loss is boring. I don't know. It really is. Like, I'm sure that's relatable. But I do think that video of like talking about the barriers to weight loss is good because I think that that's important. Like, that's a video I could actually make where I can actually talk about a real issue. I think that would be good. If it's so good, how come it's so dull? If what is good? Being mature? Ooh, my stomach just went crazy. I love that my mom popped on stream today. Maturity, ugh. I mean, oh my God, loves it. Period. I think it was her first time on stream. I think so. I think it was. I mean, there's this one stream from 2019 where I famously fell horrifically and scarringly live on camera, and everybody loved it, but it's gone. It's been deleted, and that was from 2019. It was a long time ago. We forget. You just forget about it. Just don't think about it. We don't talk about the past. I used to be fun. I used to be fun. I have it. I have the footage. I do have it. I have it. I have the receipts. But no, I'm not canceling myself. That's cute. That's hilarious. Why would I ever do that? My reputation's back. So we don't do that anymore. We don't do anything fun anymore because our reputation. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm trying to think. I feel like I used to be creative and I just like died and now I'm not creative anymore. What would be fun to do? Let's do a gay tarot reading. I'm going to do one right now. We're going to do an act of Satanism right on stream. Because I want to see what it says about what I should do on my YouTube channel. Okay? So, how do I inject fun onto my main channel? Let's see what I get. Caleb has me like all freaked out because like to not show my feet on the, on the camera anymore. Okay. Conceal, don't feel, don't let it show. I think if I do like the most negative bitch face while I'm getting my cards, it'll be more effective. Ew. Sorry. The first thing I got was collabs. Yuck. Ugh. No, we don't want other people on my channel. Ugh. Never. I hate that. That pisses me off. That's like anti-introvert hate. No. I think I'm going to need a little bit of help with these ones. So I also got the 7 of Cups, which I don't know. I would think this would mean like to be a distraction for people. Create flashy distractions. Show you incredible things. I could show you incredible things. Be like that. Do a psyop. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. This is the 7 of Cups. What would that mean in terms of a YouTube channel? I would think, I guess like, I want to say like be more prolific or have kind of a variety in a way, but also not a variety. Okay, and then the last one. Oh my god, an FA reaction drinking game. Last one is Death Reversed, which I think means don't change. So I think people want. So it's kind of like obvious, but it's like people want distraction and they want you to be stable. And then they also want collab. But I'm like, that's boring. That's so boring. I mean, collabs aren't boring, but I think Death Reversed is like refusing to change. Refusing to change. I love that. Don't change the pettiness. What pettiness? No, I think it does say to change. It's like, I see it more so as like, you need to just like allow yourself to change kind of thing. So I'm like, okay. So I guess it's like, I have to find a way to be kind of on topic, but still change. I don't know. Interesting. I'm going to do more for the death one. I want to see. So we're going to do a little bit more. Choice among the daydreaming of goals. Yeah. I want more context on death. It sounds horrible. Mm. Oh my God, no, it's the opposite of what you're saying, Goblin. The opposite. So the moon reverse, that means be very real. So be very much, it's basically like as far as the death reverse, it's like allow yourself to change. So like become very real for one. So be very genuine, very, very straight up. The second one is the Two of Wands, which in my view, in this context, it would be like show how the world has opened up to you or show more possibilities, which I think has to do with the Seven of Cups as well. And the last one, don't get caught up in bullshit and drama and fighting. So this is, in my opinion, don't fight. Don't do it. So don't, like, I guess stay on goal. And yeah, okay, so real and more positive. I think be more positive, basically. Because I've been very negative for a long time. And I'm like, okay. I'm just kidding. Allow the change, allow the midnight rain to maybe be a little more sunshiny. That's what I'm getting. So I'm like, I can kind of understand that. I think people are really negative these days. And so it's probably better to be more of a light. But damn, it must be a dark fucking world if I have to be a light. That's all I can say. Talk about upside down clown world. Damn. We can do it. We can be positive. That's fine. I think I actually got some inspo, some fatspo today. Let me write this down. I have 2 new video ideas, which is good. And okay. I got ideas. Oh my gosh. Love and light. Thank you guys. Okay. So let me see. I'll do a couple. Ask the cards why I'm poor, so I'll do goblins. Goblins evil. I'm just kidding. It'll say because you're evil. That's what it will say. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? Okay. Why is goblin poor? Oh, this one is like giving me an answer right away. It's like very straightforward, I'm feeling. I'm not the best with tarot for the record, so this is probably not the best, but we're going to try. That's not a bad idea, Shannon. I could do some kind of DIY, I guess. I'll have to think about that. Especially for this channel, I definitely could. Okay. Okay. It's interesting. So what I got was the Three of Pentacles. So I guess the first one is also anti-introvert hate, but I think it's because you don't talk to enough people. This one is interesting. So I think within the context of this, I would think it has to do with more of a mindset. Like you don't have this mindset, which is a very secure financially secure mindset. So it's kind of like you have to kind of feel like this. It's like something where the feeling would follow or the wealth would follow the feeling. And then this one is probably saying, I think within this context, maybe you don't work hard enough. That's pretty brutal. I don't like it when tarot is mean. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. It's either you're not working hard enough or you're not working smart enough. It's one or the other. So pretty straightforward. So I guess talk to more people to start. I would be a horrible. Yeah, so I guess you're not working smart enough. So I think you have to like figure it out. Yeah. But maybe it starts with the mindset then, because it's not like a laziness thing. It's probably more of a not working smart, working hard and not smart. So talk to people. Can you ask the cards if I should be quiet or talkative online for the next 2 weeks? Okay, we'll do that. I'm gonna just say talkative. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's see what it says. For bot. Mm. Oh. So it's actually saying, I guess, to not be that talkative. I think if you're trolling, you probably shouldn't troll. So I actually got some interesting things. So this is, I'm thinking a no, don't troll. This is interesting. So this is the moon. I think it's like do like be talkative but be real, right? If you're gonna be talkative. And then there's this, which is the Ten of Swords. So it's like, I guess don't push people right now, is what I would say. Don't troll. So I think if I were to just answer right away, I would say probably not as talkative. Or like if you're going to be, then be real. So like don't troll people, basically. That's what I would get from that. I know. I know. And the thing is, like, I don't think it's a good context for like trolling people lately. It's really not a good time, which is why I'm not doing it. Like, our time will return, but it's not a good time. Oh my gosh, Lisa, I'm probably gonna end soon. But anyways, I think that that's kind of the minds like the current paradigm we're in. It's a really bad time to troll people. It's a really bad time to get into fights. Like I think, and I'm seeing that for myself too. Like people want positivity or they want something to help lift them up because it's such a dark time. So I think it's just like, yeah, it's just not the time. I think when things are better, then we control again and like fight again and stuff like, and I think it'll come back. It's just, I'm going to count down the days to January 2026. That's when the paradigm shifts. And I'm going to go for it. I'm going to just go wild and I'm just going to be fighting all the time because I love fighting. But one of the biggest things about fighting and trolling and stuff is knowing when to do it and when not to. And this is not a good time. It's really bad. It's a very bad time to fight. So be positive. I mean, for me, I'm a fighter, not a lover. No, I'm just kidding. But I have to really embrace the peaceful side and like develop this more strategic side for myself and a more positive side. I think it needs to be more balanced. So I think for me, I'm having to lean into and develop other aspects of my personality. It's like fighting smarter and specific and being able to do certain things. You know, it's like that kind of stuff right now. And being more peaceful, more diplomatic. Like I'm really developing those aspects during this paradigm. And yeah, but there will be a new paradigm. It doesn't last forever. So we can go back to trolling at another time, but not now. If you do decide you want to fight, Woolen Folk Festival organized by a woman named Felicia was a scam disaster. Oh my gosh. That's interesting. Ooh. Well, let me know, Mountain, if you see any fatness stuff. I need as many eyes as I can have. I know Lisa lets me know some things too, and I appreciate it. Even if I don't make a video about it, I still appreciate it. But I'm going to go, you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Don't be too problematic. Unfortunately, it's a bad time to do that. We all have to be messy queens another day, not today. Just be love and light. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.